In Final Destination Bloodlines, the curse of death returns to haunt, this time through bloodlines. Stephanie Lewis, a young college student, begins experiencing nightmares about a past tragedy that claimed dozens of lives. As she digs deeper in, Stephanie discovers that her grandmother, the sole survivor of Final Destination, accident, Bloodlines has carried. The dark fate that curse of now threatens death returns to her family. With Haunt, this time running out. Through Stephanie, Bloodlines, and her, Stephanie Lewis siblings must find a way to young college stop the student. Cycle of begins experiencing death. Nightmares about before it's too past tragedy late that claim dozens of directed by lives. Zach Lipovsky, and as she digs deeper, Adam Stein, Steph, and Daney discovers featuring Tony that her Todd grandmother, his iconic role, the sole survivor of Final Destination. The blood accident, Lines delivers, has carried tension, a dark terror, and fate that shocking deaths now threatens her family that will. With Leave You Breathless, time running out, Stephanie and her siblings must find a way to stop the cycle of death before it's too late. Directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein, and featuring Tony Todd in his iconic role, Final Destination. Bloodlines delivers tension, terror, and shocking deaths that will leave you breathless. In 1968, Paul surprised his fiancée, Iris, by inviting her to the opening of the Skyview Restaurant Tower, a new skyscraper that was the pride of the city. The restaurant was located on the top floor of a building with a glass floor that added to the luxurious feel. The only way to get to the restaurant was by elevator. Despite being crowded, the elevator attendant forced Paul and Iris inside. The attendant proudly announced that the building was completed 5 months ahead of schedule. Hearing this, Iris became concerned about her safety. Upon learning of Iris's fear, a small child deliberately stepped on the glass floor of the elevator to scare Iris.
For 9,000 tons.
Upon arriving at the restaurant, they were not allowed in because they didn't have tickets. Paul tried to use an inside connection, but it turned out his friend had been fired, so they still weren't admitted. Fortunately, because the restaurant was extremely crowded, they managed to sneak into the bar area unnoticed. Iris became increasingly anxious and felt that something bad was about to happen.
I've just never been this high up before. I think I'll
look for champagne.
That's my...
As Iris headed to the restroom, a bartender accidentally threw a wine cork at the chandelier, causing one of the light fixtures to fall and crack the glass floor. In the toilet, it is revealed that Iris is pregnant. She has not told Paul because she is afraid of his reaction.
Yes, I won't let go.
However, when she finally reveals it, Paul is very happy and even proposes to Iris at the top of the restaurant.
So magical.
You're not upset?
Are you kidding me? No, this...
At that time, Iris sees the little boy who once scared her acting up again by throwing a coin down. The coin is sucked into the air duct and causes a gas leak. Paul and Iris dance to celebrate their engagement. However, because the number of guests dancing exceeds the capacity of the glass floor, the pillars supporting the restaurant begin to come loose one by one. The glass floor finally breaks and drops the guests, including Paul. The situation becomes very chaotic. The guests run trying to save themselves. In the midst of the chaos, Iris manages to save a little boy, but they end up falling from the tower that is starting to collapse. It turned out that it was all just a dream of a college student named Stephanie Reyes. Every night she kept having the same nightmare about the Skyview Tower tragedy and a woman named Iris. She believed that the woman in her dream was her grandmother, also named Iris, whom she had never met at all. Having trouble sleeping because of the dreams made her grades drop. On the advice of her friend, Stephanie decided to take a leave of absence and go home to find out where her grandmother was. At home, she was greeted by her father, Marty Reyes, and her brother, Charlie Reyes. She began to dig into her family history and discovered that Iris was her grandmother, who had long been isolated. Stephanie's younger brother, Charlie, initially seemed upset because Stephanie left for college without saying goodbye and never contacted him. However, on the way to their uncle's house, they began to reconcile and became close again.
Big moment for me. Last president.
Nightmare about grandmother. I don't. Okay.
Do something.
Stephanie and Charlie visited their Uncle Howard Campbell, Aunt Brenda, and cousins Eric, Julia, and Bobby.
Down here.
Jules.
There's that little junior lifeguards, Charlie.
Can we keep it simple? Black blazer.
Okay.
But.
Not long. Is Uncle.
When Stephanie asked Howard about Iris, her grandmother, Howard explained that she had become a loner from the family and left her children, Howard and Stephanie's mother, Darlene.
Psycho Granny is a very deeply disturbed woman. End of story.
Look, if I could just talk to you, need to know.
Look, Iris she wouldn't let us go to school so bad. I away from her. But these horrible.
Do you still have any of those letters?
I'm sure he'd love it.
You let it go. I feel like I'm losing.
A sympathetic Aunt Brenda finally secretly gives Iris's address to Stephanie from a pile of letters Iris had sent to Howard. Stephanie goes to Iris's isolated residence. At first, Iris refused her presence, but after learning that Stephanie was her granddaughter, she invited her in.
Come in slow. Shut the door. Quick, quick, quick. Stop, don't.
Iris confirmed that what Stephanie saw was not just a dream, but a vision of the past that Iris had experienced. Iris explained to Stephanie that she had a vision of the future and managed to save all the restaurant guests from disaster. She warned Paul and the other guests to leave the glass floor before it broke. However, death still killed the survivors and their descendants from generation to generation because they were lives that should never have existed. Iris collected information about the signs of death of the survivors in a book that she kept to deceive death so that, over the years, she managed to extend the lives of her family. Iris showed Stephanie the book containing notes and patterns of death signs that she had studied over the years. Stephanie thought Iris was crazy and just left her.
I'm sorry, No, I'm sick.
However, Iris was determined to give her research book to Stephanie. When she caught up with her, Iris saw signs of death coming. However, Iris ignored it and tried to hand the book to Stephanie. Tragedy struck. The weather vane fell and stabbed Iris through her mouth to death. This makes Iris's descendants once again the target of death. After Iris's funeral, Darlene reunites with the family. Stephanie resents her for distancing herself from her since Stephanie and Charlie were children.
Darlene!
Come back.
What's up here? You're not even gonna talk to her?
She abandoned us, and now she rolls in here. No, what's that supposed to mean? I'm sorry, Okay.
Stephanie begins to study Iris's book and understands the pattern of signs of disaster. A photo falls for no reason, strengthening her bad feeling. Meanwhile, Marty and Charlie are preparing a barbecue at Howard's house.
It's great. Oh my God, Poppy's allergic.
Yeah. Just gotta love the one that you got. Spend the time that we have. I love you guys. There.
Are you all right?
Get up here. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Great childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at me. I turned out.
Yeah. And it's gotta be better than bouncing.
Sorry.
What? No. All right. There you go. All right.
While the family is having fun, Howard's uncle steps on a piece of glass and is killed by a garden fork.
Stephanie.
While reading the book, Stephanie learns that someone named JB is a survivor who has so far managed to defeat death. Stephanie now believes her grandmother's words. She realizes that death will come in the order of her dreams. After Howard, it is Eric's turn, then Julia, Bobby, Darlene herself, and finally Charlie.
For the people, Iris's premonition. Hundreds of people, disaster. But eventually, and a little bored. She's no, that's it. That it has everything to do with us that they never should have had.
Why, everybody in this room is on death's hit list?
No. Okay. It'll go for Julia, then Bob, Darlene, then me. You, right? But sometimes I really hate you.
That night, Eric, who is working at a tattoo studio, experiences a fire incident due to alcohol and metal piercings being pulled by a chain. Eric's tattoo shop burns down, but Eric survives his burns because he is wearing a leather jacket.
Thank you.
Stephanie and Charlie, convinced that death is after the family, warn their cousins. But they are skeptical until Julia falls into a trash can and is thrown into a garbage truck, where she is crushed to death by the truck's press.
Oh, yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, I just said I was lucky as fuck that I was wearing that leather jacket. Hey, look at my phone like a goddamn... Or, you know, maybe... Because that... I'll take my chances.
Steph, I was like, fall.
That does sound deadly.
Hey, wait for this truck. Wait.
Try less.
Yeah, honestly.
The family realizes that death has been coming after them one by one after Iris dies. It is revealed that Eric is not Howard's biological son, so the death sequence skips to Julia. Marty and Brenda, who are Iris's daughters-in-law, are also spared because they are not directly part of Iris's bloodline.
We're having such hard. I got you out of it.
Oh, very fucking Ben.
Okay. So that means that help me, Steph.
I don't
know. But you predicted exactly what was everything. It was like encourage this.
Marty.
Stop. Just stop. You
They then search for someone named JB, the only survivor according to Iris's records.
I mean, Steph.
Darlene remembers that Iris met JB at the hospital, who turns out to be William Bloodworth, a hospital worker who has appeared in previous Final Destination films.
Okay, yeah.
You need to stay here with me.
House-related deaths involved down a toilet.
Sometimes.
Why?
Was it gonna close up tight and...
I'm so sorry, Bobby. I just.
What? It was Kate.
Tell him I just went for a ride with Mom. I always keep them where but I didn't want to be your mom. Death with me, but then I would freak. One day I'm the particular ruin your life. This one.
JB explains that he was the little boy Iris saved the night of the Skyview tragedy. He is now a forensic doctor. JB explains that there are two ways to fight death: through a new life or dying and being medically revived. He also mentions that only Kimberly Corman and Thomas Burke have survived death. He also reveals that he has terminal cancer and is just waiting for death to come and take his life. Eric and Bob.
I could
You found somebody who stopped death and survived.
get the time that truly break the cycle. You have to die. And when her turn finally came, that broke the chains. Can get very... For ye, Iris, there's no... You're all gonna die.
Dude, we need your help.
Bobby try to cheat death with a crazy plan. Bobby, who is allergic to peanuts, eats them on purpose, hoping Eric can save him. Unfortunately, the plan fails. Eric is killed by the MRI machine's magnet, and Bobby is impaled by a vending machine spring.
So, no, that's what Eric,
Kill you, they bring you back. What do you have to lose?
okay, all right, hold on.
Nice try.
Hey, dude, maybe we can just bail now. Would help?
I was trying to kill Bobby with.
Lovely day today.
Got my...
Sit in that.
I've got a great idea. Yeah, there's an ER. Dude, give it. Dude, we need to hurry. It's going to work, just in case, and I die. Because you are going to be okay. Me and you, we are going to fix things. Technically, I'm going to let you. You got this. Now here, good. Bobby, you're doing it. Hey, I can't give you that. Bobby!
और लाइव का अभी साइन अप करें यूज करें फिल्म प्रॉम
Now only Stephanie, Charlie, and Darlene are left. They decide to go to Iris's cabin to drop off Darlene in the hope of hiding from death.
It's Iris.
Except Iris's cabin. The place that there is.
Forever.
If anybody's gonna live in that cabin.
Mom, let me...
Okay.
Shit. To get through that gate.
When they arrive at the cabin, it turns out that the gate is locked tightly. They decide to ram the gate with their vehicle. The gate is successfully opened. Unfortunately, Stefani's seatbelt is stuck, and there are sparks above the cabin. The sparks cause an explosion, and a fire occurs.
If you get inside.
Stephanie is thrown into the lake. Charlie is buried under the debris of the cabin. Darlene arrives and manages to save Charlie. Unfortunately, Darlene is hit by a pole, causing her death. Charlie rushes to save Stephanie, who is almost drowning, and manages to revive her.
I'm gonna stay alive as long as.
saved us.
A week later, at Charlie's graduation, they meet the doctor who treated Stephanie. The doctor reveals that Stephanie is not really dead. She was just unconscious from drowning. This means that death has not really happened. Just as they are about to realize the truth, a train derails. The log it is carrying hits Stephanie and Charlie, killing them instantly. This confirms that death always comes back for what is his. And so ends Final Destination. Bloodlines, a tragic tale of how one small act of saving a life can upset the balance of fate. What began as a college student's nightmare turns out to be a curse passed down through generations. From the tragedy at Sky Tower to a desperate attempt to fight death, the Iris Campbell family is trapped in a deadly game they cannot win. Despite everything they've tried, predicting the pattern, seeking help, even cheating death by sacrificing themselves, it all comes down to one thing: death always finds a way. And in the world of Final Destination, no one is truly safe. No place is safe enough, and no promise of life can be kept when death has marked your name. Thank you for watching and taking the time. If you like and are entertained by this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. May you always be healthy and have a happy day. See you in the next video. Bye.